Good afternoon, this is Bill Vale from the Pressure Deer Pros, and I want to talk to you today, continue on with the wind rule and how we use it to find deer. With the track job that I learned an awful lot about the wind rule on. I did temporarily lose this buck, but we did find him due to some, accurate weather information and whatnot. So, I was sitting here blowing out of the northwest. Remember what I said about north being an acceptable direction? I did have a trickler run kind of coming in here, but I wasn't hunting that run. I was drawing them from two directions if you used it fine, but basically I was hunting the guys coming out of here and coming across the road. Alright, I shot him right here, and I watched him cross the marsh and bed down right there. Okay? Not 10 minutes after dark, after Rick got there and I got there with the flashlight, there was quite a bit of blood on the ground. I believe this deer was liver shot. Okay? But because of the fact that we had a whole bunch of rain blow in out of the east, I mean, it just come down in buckets. We decided there's no sense in just wandering around. We came back the next day. We got lucky and Rick picked up pink in the cattail cups up high. Of course, the rain had washed everything else away, but the blood that had been sprayed up on top had been washed down into those little cattail cups. And I have to hand it to Rick because I don't see blood in it. I knew where he bent it anyway, so we crossed the marsh looking at that. And when we got there, that bed was washed out. There was no blood in the bed whatsoever. And I know that storm came in out of the east. Don't forget that. Okay? So when we got here, I pulled the weather report out of my pocket. The wind had remained east for 2.5 hours after the storm. So, Rick and I headed east. And we trailed this buck over this way, and then we found another bed right here. Okay, so now we know that when we found the bed washed out, that he definitely left during the storm, and the storm was out of the east. So we went east. We started finding more blood in cattail cups, and we found his other bed right here. Now when we got to this bed, we had a little bit different story. We had blood in the bed, and we had a blood trail leaving. What arrived after the east was the northwest, which put us right back where we started from. So what did we do? Once again, north or west is an acceptable direction, but this deer this time went right directly into the wind and bedded down right there. Okay? After the east wind, we had a straight west wind blow in. This wind. This wind. Okay? When we got to the bed there, because it had rained again, and the blood was completely washed out, then we knew that this deer, because of these two water holes, was going to end up here or here. We went with our gut and we went with this way, and we found the deer right there. The first thing you do when you shoot a deer is you call your wife and tell her, pull up NOAA weather and start printing out an hourly wind report. Because by relating the wind report back to the weather, to the rain, to the animal's instincts, this will lead you to him every time. Now a person says, well, haven't you ever hit one and he took off and went straight into the wind and kept on going? Yeah, they do that. But all I got to say is that at any given time, all I have to do is search that 90-degree pie, and he's gonna be there. Okay? So this is Bill Bale from the Pressure Deer Pro. I hope this has kind of helped you realize by relating weather fronts, rain, the wind direction, and going back to the animal's instincts, that it's not as mysterious as you think to find a big buck that's been hit. Most big bucks that are shot and killed go unrecovered. That's most of them. Not just part of them, not just a few of them. In my 40 years of hunting for deer, I lost more deer because I didn't know the wind rule, and since I found out about the wind rule, I've not lost one. This is Bill Bale from the Pressure Deer Pros. Have a wonderful day, and may God bless your life as much as He has mine.